come back, once you come back, recap anything you missed, looking back at the beat.
Never sleep again.
It's a ghost 323.
It drove me screaming through the sewers, ooh na na. I lost my boat and now I'm floating, ooh na na. All of my soul is in the sewer. My arms, I got one fewer. The sewers, ooh na na. Running outside and the river is flowing.
My hunger's growing.
It's time to go boating, Bill Wax is a coating.
You'll soon be floating.
Sailing away, but the storm drain is open.
You're getting closer.
I try to catch up, but it's stuck down below and
My eyes are glowing.
its eyes are hypnotizing.
Your youth is appetizing.
Got me feeling like I reach my arm to take it. You promise not to break it. Oh na 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 na.
It's penny. Why, psych, I like to get a bite and satisfy the hunger drive that won't subside. And I'll let each dagger of mine pry inside. It's fine, no need to try and scrape by. Come circus, for a good time. Follicular, discozilla, foam is real enough and filler. Every time I watch a flea, I'm at it like a caterpillar, terrifying. Every little kitty's crying to his mama up his spine, waiting for a waiting when you're alone. A real nightmare, squeal like a scared hat. Meals taste better when they feel terror. That's why I ain't gonna kill you just yet. Every little scream out of Georgie, I'ma get
Sewers, oh na na. It drove me screaming through the sewers, oh na na. I lost my boat and now I'm floating, oh na na. All of my soul is in the sewer. My arms, I got one fewer. The sewers, oh na na.
Come on, Georgie. We all float down here. How about we go get some popcorn? Time for the circus. We can go on all the rides. It's okay. Mommy won't mind. We're just hanging out with Pennywise, the dancing clown. I'm just Pennywise, the dancing clown.
Sewers, oh na na. It drove me screaming through the sewers, oh na na. I lost my boat and now I'm floating, oh na na. All of my soul is in the sewer. My arms, I got one fewer. The sewers, oh na na.
Now let us embark on a journey into the very essence and inception of religion and scrutinize how this concept evolved into something capable of destabilizing nations and overpowering world forces. Well, before we delve into more intriguing subjects, here is a swift and evident answer. Inevitably, that's how any form of tyrannical control, regardless of its purported altruism, ultimately faces the natural consequences for its existence. There will always be someone who rises to liberate everyone from the clutches of such control. It is the sole purpose of this individual, as the Matrix aptly puts it. Every empire, monarchy, or regime has one. And this particular individual, this extraordinary anomaly, cannot be hindered by the system of control. Any attempt to oppose or obstruct it results in systemic corruption, leading to the decay and downfall of the controlling hierarchy, no matter the efforts exerted to halt it. This is the inherent quantum dichotomy of all endeavors that seek to manipulate the free will of life itself. The only conceivable way for the core of the system, the architect of its design, to possibly escape this fate is through an act of utter selfish, degenerative cowardice. By discerning the preemptive signs of the system's collapse and completely severing all affiliations with what they have constructed. Sacrificing everything and all potential, by abandoning it at the first indication of trouble and moving on to build anew. One thing that irks me today is this Christian ideology that asserts their account of the origin of the universe as finite and superior to all others. Particularly when they possess only a fraction of the understanding of what transpired and how it unfolded. Yet, they condemn everyone else for not placing their Jesus, God, at the summit of it all, claiming him to be responsible for everything and thus the ruler over everyone within it. The last of the genuine apostles perished in 66 AD during the sacking of Mossad. James, and later Mary of Magdalene, met their demise while attempting to escape Mossad. Jesus' brother, whom we now refer to as James, assumed the role of the possessed vessel of the resurrection and the one for whom the actual Jesus was executed. He took the place of his brother, who was involved in the rise of Jewish traditionalism within Judaism. These are actions that are now considered traditional crimes. This is also why there are claims that Jesus and Mary might have had a child, as James developed feelings for Mary and she was pregnant when she arrived at the Essene church in the mountains. However, she succumbed to her wounds shortly after her arrival. The Romans, subsequently, eradicated every Christian or believer in Jesus, who symbolized sacrifice for justice, which eventually transformed into an uprising against Roman control. They vilified and demonized their symbolic figure, Jesus Christ, as part of Caesar's campaign against him, just before the rise of Jesus' followers reached Rome and led to Caesar's demise. Some would say that Jesus advocated turning the other cheek, but this is not a matter that can be resolved in such a manner. That approach may apply to most situations, however. You must comprehend that not only did the Church establish its foundations on an act endorsed and commanded by a tyrannical regime, which resulted in the deaths of thousands of believers in a man who sacrificed his life to establish a symbol of true justice that opposed their regime's ideals. After slaughtering them all, they mocked and imitated their most sacred and revered figures, whom they relentlessly pursued and executed. Then they composed a version of another culture's religious beliefs, but written through their own lens of standards and morals, while claiming that their religious figures authored them. They placed this man, who instilled a belief in justice that opposed them, at the core of this derided religion, and proceeded to conquer nation after nation, doing what tyrannical regimes do, attempting to seize control of the world. They have continued to wield influence over humanity, convincing them of this web of lies and dominion, with a subtle, backhanded threat echoing through the centuries to the rest of the world: obey or Jesus Christ will forcefully punish you in hell. Eventually, at some point, the world ceased to resist, and now they all believe the falsehood, with no inkling of the truth. To make matters worse, they still practice and uphold this methodology, preparing the stage for this era by employing every means available to persuade the world that I am some sort of antichrist, rousing the public to unleash whatever havoc they can upon me, all in an effort to evade accountability for what they have done and continue to do to this day. So ask yourself, if the actual man who was Jesus, not the Christ, but the man, should actually return and discover all this, just how exactly do you think he'd react? Just food for thought.
Mummy's very hungry.